Good day guys, welcome back to my Elden Ring video, and in today's video we're going to go over parrying. I'm going to explain it the best I can. So we're going to equip the Buckler Shield, which you get from Gastok's shop, or Gastok's Bell Bearing from Stormville Castle. Okay, let's go simulate a battle simulation. Let's get ourselves into a battle situation with a pretty tough knight. You want to start on smaller enemies. I've already done a bit of practice, so I feel a little bit more comfortable. So what I'm looking for at first was watching the hand, but then I found out watching the body was a lot more effective for me personally. So I've kind of studied the enemy a little bit. I'm not afraid to get hit, I'm not afraid to watch what he does, and I'm watching his movements, and then I can see that he's going to do a certain thing. So it's almost learning the rhythm of what he's going to do and the timing of the parry. I also think that you're going to take a lot of damage, so equipped Assassin's Crimson Dagger Talisman. Also, I don't like the Buckler Shield. It doesn't suit my playstyle very well. So what if you want to use a bigger shield? You want to use a medium shield with the Ash of War Stonewall on. I will show you where you get this Stonewall later on. Once you feel comfortable with the smaller enemies, try moving on to the bigger enemies like the Tree Sentinel and just study their movements. Have a think about what movements you can parry and what you can't. He has some movements that you can't parry. It's very hard to see the Tree Sentinel's arm. So on this one I'm trying to parry the weapon more than I'm trying to parry the arm. And just studying his movements. On the Kaiden Knight I'm trying to time it on the swing down, but I haven't really got very much experience of them on the ground, so I thought I'd play around with him here, see what he does, see when I can throw it out, and then again watching the weapon didn't work, so now I watch the arm and I'm going to press it just before he strikes. So now as he struck, then you see that as he did the strike I pressed it and he caught the arm. On these smaller enemies, again, I'm watching the arm because they've got these really big exaggerated movements, and I'm like, this looks like I could parry this one. And that's what I'm doing there. I'm also trying to learn to see if I can catch them off the block, so I can hold my shield up and try and catch them off the block. Which is also a good idea to do, to learn an enemy's movement, because if you're not sure what they're going to do, you're not going to be sure how to parry it. And repetition is the key here. So I'm just going to block this one. I'm going to watch him a little bit. I'm going to find out his movements. I'm going to think, right, okay, throw a parry in here and there, see if that will work. And then go, right, okay, I'm going to look at these big exaggerated movements like that one there. And I'm like, right, I'll try it on the next one. And then once you've got it down, it's pretty much the same for all enemies. So all the enemies are going to fall into a couple of categories. They're either going to be like sword and shield, great swords, axes, pole arms, halberds. Once you get the timing down for that one type of enemy, it kind of translates over to another one. The timing might just be a little bit different because it might be a bit quicker or a bit slower. And if that's the case, you just slow it down. Like in this guy here, his timing is a little bit different than the normal spear guy, but not too dissimilar where it will completely throw you off. Now we're going to simulate a proper battle, because it's no good just getting one enemy at a time and just waiting for one attack. It's good to train your eye and also your hand movements to deal with sporadic attacks. So we're going to get him to call his friends and then try and parry on the fly. So this guy's now coming for us, and then we'll get attacked by more guys, and this will simulate a much more realistic battle condition to where we're going to have to deal with it. It's no good trying to train just for one movement. It's better if you train yourself to an actual battle condition. But of course, start small, work your way up. Then work your way up to the more frantic and aggressive enemies like the ogres, because you're going to come across these quite a lot. Because let's be honest, with the soldiers, you're probably just going to run in and one-bomb them, so you're not going to wait for a parry for them ones. So try practicing against the ones that you are going to encounter and are going to struggle with later on down the line. Like this big guy, when you get towards the capital, there's going to be many more of them. So simulate a battle with them, rinse and repeat is the key to it. There's a grace just behind me here, so I know I can, continuously practice, and if I die, I'm not going to lose my points, and it's a safe practice area. fighting for real, try and throw in some practice shots here and there, and see what works. And then eventually you'll train your eye to the point where you're like, oh, he's done that movement, this movement works. Like now, let's see, with the Crimson Dagger on as well, I also get HP back for successful counters. Like on here, I could just stand back and wait for that one attack, but I'm like, let's see if we can predict it. Now we're going to learn what can be parried and what can't, and then we'll learn these movements a lot more smoothly. So we're going to simulate another battle. Going to get a couple of things on us, a couple of archers, because that's what would happen, and an axe guy. Now, learning the timing of the axe guy will translate over to the brandish knights as well, with the axes at least, which is what I'll demonstrate in a moment. But like I said, you want to put yourself into a realistic situation and train your body and your eye to respond to them once you learn the timings. So there's a big axe guy, he's surrounded by archers and sword fighters, and we're going to just play as it was normal playing, but we're also going to keep in mind that we are parry practicing as well. So on this guy, I didn't really know his timing. I could figure out I could get him on the second strike of the combo. I changed the timing of the first strike to the same timing as the second strike, and that worked. So I know I can't parry the big whirlwind thing, and I tried to parry the jump. So now I'm going for just before to see if that works. Now I'm watching his arm. But now I'm going to switch to the same timing as the other axe guy, and it seemed to work. So I tried it again. And again, because he's got these big, slow, exaggerated movements, and I'm swinging just as I see his body moves. So I'm just kind of predicting that he's going to attack me with a big, slow, parallel attack. And that's about it, guys. Okay, guys, if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if it's improved your game, and share your experiences as well in the comments. And yeah, I think that's all for this video, guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in another one real soon. Take care, guys.